Hey guys, today the topic of interest is how to let go of the pain of the past, or how to stop being controlled by the pain of the past. Some of you guys may have got the notification for the live stream already, but I deleted it, man. I'm starting again, okay? Because I want it to be coherent. So, here we go. So, how to let go of the pain of the past. Now, for you guys to understand on how to let go of the pain of the past and how to move on from the pain of the past, you first of all need to understand why you behave the way you do. Because a lot of the time, when we haven't let go of the past, it manifests in our behavior and the way we act present time. So you must understand that every single human being on this earth, both you and I, all behave in line with who we believe we are on a consistent basis. And a lot of the beliefs that we have about ourselves, or the image we have about ourselves, or the self-perception that we have about ourselves is formed by our past experiences. So experiences that we've had, things people have said to us, we adopt these to be true, and a lot of them we're unaware of. A lot of them are unconscious, so we're not even aware we have them, but they're manifesting themselves through our behavior. Okay, so let me give you a prime example of how like identifying with the wrong thing or identifying with the wrong past experiences can affect you. So for example, let's say you have been cheated on. So a lot of people have been cheated. Let's say you've been cheated on. So rather than understanding that that painful event of being cheated on is nothing more than an event, it's nothing to do with you, it's not attached to your sense of self. A lot of us, rather than seeing it for what it is, which is just an event, we identify with that pain of it. So after you've been cheated on, a lot of the time, you tell yourself, you start thinking to yourself like, oh, this is my fault. The reason I got cheated on is because I'm not good enough. You know what I'm saying? Had I been good enough, that person wouldn't have cheated on me. Rather than understanding that the reason the person cheated on you was not anything to do with you, it was more of a reflection of their character. Rather than understanding that, you identify with that pain. So you tell yourself that it's because of me, it's my fault. This is the reason why they did this, right? And when you accept that to be true, you create the identity of a person that isn't good enough because you're repeating that to yourself, right? And because you have to understand this, when you experience pain, right, your brain looks for the reason of pain, because your brain's like, yo, I'm in pain, I don't really like this pain, let me do something to try avoid this pain in the future. So if it can't find a direct cause to that pain, it can create one, right? And a lot of the time it creates the idea that you are not good enough. So when you identify with that and you create the identity of I'm not good enough, it manifests in loads of other different ways. So it's not just in relationships. You find that it'll manifest in different behaviors. You relive certain behaviors. So for example, you believe that you're not good enough, like I am not good enough, I'm not a good person. You find that you either find yourself in loads of abusive relationships, you set up abusive relationships because you don't think that you can do any better. You'll find it hard to stand up for yourself. When you identify with that belief that you are not good enough, you probably won't even go for that bigger role in work because you don't think you'll be able to get it, right? It manifests in loads of different ways. So you have to understand that you don't want to be identifying with your pain. You want to be able to see things for the way it is. See your pain as an event. It's nothing to do with you. And in order to do that, you have to develop presence of mind. So you have to be able to be aware of your thoughts, because when you're not aware of your thoughts, your brain just takes over, right? It creates all these beliefs and all these identities that don't help you. Okay, so that's the first thing. And another way that we're hindered by this from our pain of our past experiences is this. Oftentimes, if we haven't already created an identity from our pain, we create a story around the pain. So for example, let's say you're trying to start off a business, right? And it's failing over and over again, and you've experienced failure and you're frustrated and you're in pain. You can create the story of something like this. You can be like, oh, well, black people just can't succeed in business because the world hates them. Or maybe you've asked a girl out and you've been rejected. You build a story around that, saying like, all girls don't care about guys, you know what I'm saying? Girls just want a free lunch. They don't care about dudes. They don't care about men, right? You adopt that belief. And think about this. That belief is gonna affect you and impact you. Because now, like for example, let's say you believe that all girls don't care about men, they just want a free lunch. That's going to affect the way you interact in loads of other different relationships in the future. So you could really, really want to have a loving relationship with somebody. You could really, really want to build a good relationship. But subconsciously, you've got that belief that all girls want a free lunch, they don't really care about men, playing in the back of your mind. So what that's going to cause you to do is self-sabotage that relationship. So maybe that person will really, really care about you. Maybe that person will really, really love you. But you find a way to distort their love as a form of manipulation, because you think they don't care about you. You think that they're using you. So you reject them. And the fact is that belief stops you from getting the thing that you want, right? Simply because you created a story around your pain, or simply because you've identified with your pain, rather than seeing it for what it is, which is just an event. right? So you have to understand to develop presence of mind. Once you develop presence of mind, once you're able to be aware of your thoughts, you're able to see things for the way they are. Okay, so if you want to get rid of your negative beliefs, or if you want to get rid of your limiting beliefs and the story that you have to ask yourself this. You often find that you'll be experiencing or re-experiencing certain experiences. So maybe, for example, you find it hard to stand up for yourself, or maybe I don't know, you find it hard to talk to girls, or you find it hard to ask for what you want. In those experiences, when you're experiencing those things, you need to ask yourself this question: what must I believe for me to be behaving this way? What must I believe for me to be allowing this to happen? And when you ask yourself that question, you find that you will find the root cause of your beliefs, and you find what your true beliefs are, right? So if you're struggling to stand up for yourself, you may believe that you may find that I don't believe that I am worthy of love, or I don't believe that I am worthy of respect, or I don't believe I'm a strong enough person to stand up for myself. And you accept that to be true. But once you become aware of those beliefs stop controlling you. But the thing is, a lot of us are unaware, which is why I talk about presence of mind so much. Once you're aware, that belief stops controlling you. And once you're aware of that belief, you need to start questioning that belief, because the only way you get rid of your limiting beliefs is by questioning them. That's what you must do. So you must ask yourself, like, is this true? Is this really true? Is this really true for me? Or are there other people who are in a similar situation that are proving this belief that have to be true? So for example, if you believe that, black people just can't do good in business, you have to look up and try to find black people who are doing very well in business, because that will be proof for you to show that that belief that you have is false, right? It's not true. This is really about questioning your beliefs, because without questioning them, you won't change them. You continue to accept them to be true. But the first step is awareness, right? You need to become aware of your limiting beliefs. And I know that's not always easy. Sometimes it's very uncomfortable, but awareness is key, right? Okay. And once you question them, then you choose how you live your life. So once you've realized, okay, these are what my limiting beliefs are, this is what it is, decide that you're not going to allow those limiting beliefs to control you. Decide that that's not going to be the standard for your life. Right? And once you decide, you take action against those beliefs and you develop new beliefs. So you can actually choose your own beliefs. You can choose what you want to believe and live it. Right? That's why I talk so much about living a life of intention, because you can dictate where your life goes. Right? It's on you. But first of all, just find out what your beliefs are. You need to ask yourself, what must I believe for me to be experiencing this? Over and over and over again. And you see it so much. Like, you see people who like jump from relationship to relationship, like abusive relationship to another abusive relationship, and they ask themselves, like, why do I keep falling for these guys? Why do I keep settling for these guys? And you find that there's a limiting belief there that says that they don't think that they can do better, or that says that they don't think that they're worthy of love. But it starts off with awareness, like I've said. Okay. Right. Let me read the comments. Yeah, it can be. It can be hard, man. Trust me, and I agree, man. I agree. It can be hard. It can be difficult. But this is why. This is what life is about. Life is all about growth. If everything was easy, nobody would do half the stuff that we talk about in these videos. Honestly, love your videos, man. Oh, thank you, bro. Thank you, man. I'm glad that you find value in them, man. Honestly, guys, if you want me to do videos on other topics, just let me know. But does anyone have anything to say in terms of what I've shared today? Was I clear? Was I coherent? Did it make sense? Do you want me to go over anything else? Alright. That's great. Alright then. In that case, it looks like everyone has understood what I've been talking about today, which is great. Yeah, which is great. But yeah, guys, if you have any questions, please comment below or contact me on my Instagram at jchizzy23. But with that being said, guys, I'm going to love and leave you. Peace, blessings, namaste. Goodbye.